This guitar went viral. I posted some clips to Instagram, TikTok, and more, and this is my first Trashcaster. And this guitar has been modified a bunch, as you can see, and it's been used on my channel consistently to make demos and things. Now, the sole purpose of this guitar was A, to have fun, and B, take advantage of the swimming pool route that came in this mono-price Strat. Now, this guitar actually sold, but I've since built another. I'm about to build two more, but I want to talk a little bit about what made this guitar go viral and how it seems to capture attention and what the whole purpose of it was. But before I do that, I'm just going to run through some clean tones with the various pickups, which has been highly requested. And so let's check that out. So starting out, we're going to start with the bridge pickup, this chrome PAF style. I like a nice bridge pickup, so by putting it in the 2 position, that is the chrome pickup and the P90. Middle position is just the P90. Position 4 is these two. Now neck. Now you'll notice there's one pickup I didn't talk about, which is this middle one. That's selected via this on-off, so you can combine it with any of the other 5, giving you a total of 10 different pickup options. And I wired it this way, A, because it just sounded good, and it's also keeping it a little simpler to wrap my head around. Now, besides that control, I've just got a master volume. This tone control, I believe, still is active on the neck and middle pickups like a normal Strat is wired. I just never took it out of the circuit. But yeah, as you can see, I'm filling that gap pretty well. And let's just show some of the combo settings with 3 pickups. So like, this is all 3 with the middle bridge telly pickup. And I think one of the things that made this guitar get a lot of attention is A, because of the kind of fun mismatched pickups, but also this Pink Invader pickup, which is Yi-Buy from Amazon. And it is a Invader style pickup, but it's wound to neck spec, so it's around 9K. Now you'll notice when I was flicking through the different ones, it is the hottest. It's probably a height thing too, but I like it that way. I mean, and what's cool is all these pickups are somewhere between 8 and 9K. So it actually leads to a really balanced instrument. Some of my guitars, I would prefer a hotter bridge pickup, and when I show you the second one, my more recent one that I'm holding on to for now, but may put up for sale, I went with a hotter bridge pickup so I can do more chuggy stuff, more metal stuff. But really, it's a super versatile instrument. And let's talk about the video going viral. So I've been using this guitar off and on for a while, and kind of the catalyst for putting out the video clip that ended up taking off was the Smashing Pumpkins guitar tryouts. So I kind of grabbed my guitar and made kind of a jokey video showing the playing a couple riffs, and everyone kept commenting about the guitar. And I had made other videos that just got a few views about the guitar. But I start out that video by saying, WTF even is this guitar? And I'm holding it up close to the screen, and it seemed to just get a lot of attention. And so I rolled with it. I'm trying to sell pedals as best I can, but the amount of followers and views that as the algorithm picked up that video got, I'm rolling with it. I'm going to continue to make Trashcaster content. Now, I'll show this. We've talked about this instrument quite a bit. I'm going to show the next one. But this guitar has been with me for about 5 years, and I've had all different pickups in it. I've had a hot rails in the bridge that I really like from Musically, from Amazon. This P90 used to be in the neck. Oh, and where the pickups came from. So people ask me about that. These were all either gifts, they were leftover pickups that I had swapped out on other guitars. They were just kind of laying around. And I was inspired by some of the pawn shop specials, and Fender even did a run of guitars that were kind of this, where there was players and shops that were just taking random, parts casters and kind of throwing stuff together. There's a little bit of Frank Zappa and there's a little bit of EVH in there. For example, this volume knobs has tone. That's a little homage to Eddie. Zappa really liked playing with extra, like, kind of middle single coil pickups for different sounds. So did Jerry from Grateful Dead. And it's easy to understand why. Some of those in-between settings sound really cool, especially with like mild gain. Now, the heavier the gain, the less you're going to notice some of the subtlety and some of the settings. But what's really cool when I was recording is, say I recorded I double track something with the bridge pickup, in just the bridge pickup. But then I would flick on that tele pickup and tie that in, and it gives it this kind of different, thicker version of that same sound. Just on the fly, I'm basically getting the sound of a different guitar with one guitar. But having shown this instrument, let's look at the newer one and plug that in, because I just got it dialed a little bit and it showed me something important. Now you notice how on that one, all of the pickup selections actually works pretty well. This one, when I initially built it, and this is a lot more recent, this is Trashcaster 2, it has a Jazzmaster pickup. Now it had a Jazzmaster pickup in the bridge, and it had, this is a hot Strat pickup, a mini hum, and the Jazzmaster pickup, like I said. When I had it wired up originally, and it's 4 on-offs, which is kind of an interesting setup. But now you'll notice that this Invader bridge pickup, that's the only one that's active right now. It's kind of overdriving the front end, maybe even clipping it. We're going to bring the volume down just a little bit. Which is something I've always liked in guitars. I like having, for example, single coil P90 in the neck, so you can run cleaner through a tube amp or through gain, and then flick it to the bridge, and it's like rhythm lead, kind of like getting all the different tones from the guitar itself. Same thing, this one just has a master volume, but obviously it's got the 4 on-off toggles. So I have it set up so the ones closest to me are the bridge and neck, which is what I like switching between the most. So this is that Jazzmaster single coil. Cool. We've got, and I've wired it so the 2 middle pickups are these 2 toggles down here. This one is the Strat pickup. Which honestly, into fuzz and on its own, is pretty muscly sounding. We've got the mini hum. And then you can start blending them. So this is the 2 middle pickups. Then go back to the bridge pickup, start mixing things in. I really like this one, which is these 2 pickups. Watch as I start bringing in things with this neck pickup, and this is something that I had to learn about, was phase when you have so many different pickups. So one of the things I want to correct on this instrument is just the phase with this neck pickup. It used to do that with any combinations of the bridge pickup, but at least right now, the bridge pickup is combining with the other 2 pickups, and that is one of the challenges with the Trashcaster. And if you notice, which is kind of funny to me, so this guitar I got off Craigslist, cheap, a long time ago. It's been heavily modded, used in tons of videos. It's a Tobacco Sunburst Strat. This body came up for sale cheap at a local shop, and I think I bought this outright. It was like $50, and then this neck I traded a Shred 3D for. All these pickups, it's kind of the same story. These were either, throwaways from a repair shop, and or gifts or things I had around. But one thing that I've learned about building Trashcasters is that, you know, getting them perfectly dialed in, and this goes for any kind of parts caster guitar, is that it's a lot more work to get it set up, because you're taking necks and bodies maybe that weren't ever paired together. So it takes some finesse, it takes some trial and error to kind of get the fitment just right, make sure your bridge is aligned, make sure your intonation's right. And this instrument is still relatively fresh, so I'm still working with it. But yeah, so my advice for anybody who wants to build some of these for themselves is, you know, hunt around, look on your local marketplace for parts and bodies. Also hit up your local repair shops. Oftentimes people will come in and get mods done to their instruments, and you know, they'll have whatever was in the guitar before, and they'll let that go for pretty cheap. And so that's one way to go ahead and get parts, hardware, whatever. And the reason I did all this, I didn't have a lot of instruments. You know, when things get slow in the pedal industry, I kind of let go of any gear that I have the value. And you know, that other guitar, I was building it out because I was like, well, I'm never going to sell this, so I can just kind of do whatever to it and it'll be fine. But I have noticed that people are interested in these instruments, so I'm trying to do a little better job. You can notice, like, for example, this pick guard is a lot cleaner cut than the last one. You know, I'm slowly evolving on this concept, but this body was routed for single, so I had my local shop do the swimming pool route, which was actually really affordable. If you have the router and can do it yourself, that's great. I don't have a wood shop here or the tools to make that kind of mess, so I had them do it. But yeah, swimming pool route, throw as many pickups as you can, experiment, and kind of be freewheeling, because as nice as this instrument is and as great as it plays now after kind of finagling it and getting it dialed is, you know, I'm not afraid to, you know, be aggressive, kind of throw them around, play them, and I'm not worried about the resale value if I ding it up or something. Like, as I was installing these tuners, it's a little chipped out by the headstock, and I had to put some neck bolts in without the neck plate because I had gotten screws that were too short. So there's like little cracks, there's little flaws, but I think it just adds to the character. It's that garage rocky, you know, kind of fun, independent, freewheeling thing. And yeah, and it's crazy to me that this was so inspiring to people and players, and you know, it just brought so much interest because, you know, I'm doing this just for fun, and it captures people's imagination and attention. I think part of it is that freedom. It's that kind of fun, chaotic thing. And I'm going to continue posting about it and doing it so long as people are interested. But yeah, just seeing that video go viral on the first Trashcaster really opened my eyes to what's possible on these video platforms still, as far as driving interest, bringing in followers. And it was a cool video. Like, objectively, it was a cool video that captured people's imagination. And I think that's the secret. You can't always dictate what of your content is going to be successful, but, you know, once you see something that's working, just lean into it. Keep trying things. And, you know, this goes for any kind of content creation. If you're trying to promote a band, if you're trying to promote, you know, a company, a YouTube channel, whatever you can think of that's going to stand out and get the links and views, but still drive your brand forward, go for it. And I've seen this kind of pay off for me. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. This one is the first time I ever paired like a random neck with a random body. This actually had a different neck on it at one point that I wasn't super gelling with, but has a Squier Jazzmaster neck on that I really, really like. The feel of the radius, the neck feel, and that's all that matters to me, is like, does this instrument play well? Does it sound good? And is it something I can use? And you know, I've learned things like slanting these pickups. I'm hearing this tonal shifts when I slant pickups and combine them in different interesting ways. And it's like, oh, there's tons of different things that you can do with these instruments. But all that being said, check out fuzzimp.com. If someone was really interested in Trashcaster 2, I wouldn't mind selling it because I have 2 tellies that a friend sent me that I'd like to get finished. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you have a great day and enjoyed the story of the Trashcaster going viral. Thanks, everyone.